Hello there and welcome back to the channel. Let's continue with Transport Fever 2 with the second mission, I think it is, in the campaign.
The island of Java, tropical jewel in the midst of the Indian Ocean, conscientiously administrated by meticulous Dutch bureaucracy. The year is 1870. The colony is undergoing a transformation. Recently, individuals have been allowed to lease farmland, manage plantations. The fertile land offers ideal conditions for exporting a multitude of colonial goods, off on the way to an exotic experience. The Dutch East Indies. Surely the most exemplary colonial empire under the sun. With luscious fruits and cheap labor in abundance. You act on behalf of the colonial administration. A gifted talent in the art of engineering, you have been appointed to modernize the local transport sector. Complete this task to the satisfaction of the Crown. If you do, even the post as governor might be in store for you. Transport is a much sought-after service on this scarcely civilized island. Eating draft animals such as oxen is punishable by law. That's why the colonial administration has commissioned you to build a railroad so that the plantation business prospers. The delicious coffee is supposed to be transported from the fertile hinterlands to the facility near town for processing. Anyone set on building wisely and cheaply avoids unnecessary slopes. Perform the necessary surveying work. Build a route from the thriving plantation across treacherous terrain to the processing factory where the coffee fruit is husked.
Let's set up our first cargo line to transport the coffee to the processing plant.
A depot is needed. Purchase a complete train, including locomotive and freight cars.
Let's buy our first train. Which one should we go for? The faster one, and then we're gonna get, I think it's 4 carriages. Need to work out now to get another one. I accidentally got 3. How do we do this? I'm sure you can click on here and do it from here, is it? Edit vehicle. Oh, there we go. Let's get one more.
The coffee fruit can now be brought from the plantations on its way to further processing.
Take a nice relaxing journey over to pick up the coffee, and then we can Head on the way back to the processing plant.
What a superb railway. It provides the local plantation leaseholders with truly valuable services. Still fresh from the fields, the fruit quickly reaches the factory. From there, the colony's delightful coffee must be brought to the warehouses and offices in the port for export. That shouldn't be left up to the local labourers, no way. Too easygoing, too inefficient, too unreliable. Specially built stations are called for, so that the first-rate coffee makes it into town undamaged. If need be, stations that can be guarded against plundering hordes.
So let's set up the delivery into town. So we're going to place this here, place one in the town. See if I can get away with only knocking down one building. Yep.
Nothing stands in the way of speedy transportation to the local seaport anymore. Send the freight cars of coffee on their way.
So how many do we need to buy? About 4? Which one should we get? Let's get 4 of them.
The factory now finds itself in a laudable position by sending processed coffee into town to experience considerable growth. Oh no! Lucas, the capable engineer on your locomotive, seems to have vanished from the face of the earth, or anywhere else for that matter. Time to find a stand-in, right away. With one of them, several locals show an interest in learning the decidedly noble profession as locomotive engineer. A practice route for training purposes is needed. Meanwhile,
so it looks like we have to set up a test track around this volcano. So let's get the station, and to save some money, let's make it small. Thanks to your reliable deliveries, the factory is working far above par, although it would certainly be capable of processing much more, virtually colossal capacities of coffee. You should weigh the idea of increasing the transport volume.
because coffee from the colony is a commodity in great demand in parlours and salons on the continent. One train isn't enough to adequately supply the factory with coffee fruit. A passing siding is needed so that a second train can use the line.
We can do that. We just finished this one first. The track's built. Now we need to build a depot or depot.
The correct way to drive the vehicle must be practiced first, so that potential passengers are not scared off right away. In the meantime, some hard-to-digest news reaches you. Your skilled worker is said to have fallen victim to a bloodthirsty tribe of cannibals.
Set up this line and then we can get a little train for now. Right, so while that's whizzing around, we can concentrate on the next task, and we need to build a crossover, and we need to get another train.
The trains should wait for each other on the passing siding. This requires placing signals.
No problem, we can set up the signals.
Good news. The locomotive engineer has returned safe and sound. While you pictured him in the stomachs of savages, he was having the time of his life in the virgin forest. Naturally, you can't tolerate misconduct like that, and regretfully have to fire the good man.
Let's set up the signals. It would be nice if you could set them up like an old game I used to play was OpenTTD, Tourist Tycoon Deluxe. You used to be able to put the signals a few train widths apart and whatever number you could put down, but I think you have to do these ones individually. Yeah, Transport Tycoon, not Tourist.
Wherever coffee production thrives, business and prosperity flourish too. Thanks to the railroad, the port town of Surabaya has become a lively trading centre for countless goods and services. All kinds of people from all corners of the island want to do profitable business here. That's why the colonial administration has commissioned you with setting up a passenger line from Semarang to Surabaya. Time to build a line which will soon link the key trading hubs in Eastern Java.
So we can build a passenger line now between these two towns. I do apologise for the screen freezing now and then. It's not the game, it seems to be PlayStation when we You record your gameplay.
Railroad has been completed. Curiosity runs high. Time will tell if passenger transportation really is. A formidable enterprise like yours calls for a suitably first-rate branch office. After all, you're not just anybody. Build a prestigious residence that is unrivaled in the whole island.
I did notice it in the first video when I looked back watching it, so I'm not sure what to do about that. Build our HQ with a nice sea view.
A truly attractive estate, but a veritable plague is spoiling all the fun. Snakes have occupied the building. Rumor has it that a wise old woman knows how you could rid yourself of the snakes in your walls. She's supposed to be in Surabaya. The old woman says she doesn't know a thing, but you should try your luck with her cousin in Semarang, who has a knack for the art of snake charming. The snake charmer declared that you've probably angered the mighty snake goddess with your projects. The snake priestess of Mount Merapi is the only one who could remedy the situation. The priestess has spoken. The only way she is willing to call off her children is if you make a sacrifice to the great snake goddess. Coffee, the priestess prophesied, will be the sure thing to appease the goddess.
Let's set up a route for this one, the passenger line. Hopefully now this one's come back, this car, it will pick up the coffee, yep, and then it can deliver that.
What a godsend. Your stylish residence is pleasantly snake-free again.
So while we're waiting to transport 25 people, we're not going to need this track anymore, so might as well delete this. Just going to build an extra bit of track here because by the track, that training track I deleted, there is a sugar factory there, and I'm guessing we're going to have to at some point transport it from these tracks from one town to the other, so I'm just going to put this track in place now.
Uh-oh, it's rumbling in the island's interior. The mighty volcano Merapi threatens to erupt. A phenomenon like this wasn't reckoned with while planning the route. The natives claim that someone has probably angered one of their gods. Whatever the case, if the precious coffee fruit is supposed to be transported by rail in the future too, then it's imperative that something be done. It seems worthwhile to remove the infrastructure if it's not supposed to be buried under ashes and lava.
So we send this train back. We're going to have to delete a section of track by the volcano and move it to a new place.
To enable coffee production to continue making progress in the future, the route ought to be relocated to an area where it can be assumed that the expected eruptions will leave it intact. The danger has been averted, and transport can be resumed. What's more, the volcano is showing signs of calming down again. The fertile island has a lot more to offer than coffee. The widow of a friendly grower, may the poor devil rest in peace, has been planting sugarcane lately. Make the lady happy by providing her with your services. The sugar must be transported to town. From there it is shipped and then served when continental Europeans get together for coffee.
So it looks like we're going to need to deliver the sugarcane to the other town. So we're going to have to modify these stations and add a cargo platform. And let's set up a truck stop so we can get that delivered to the station, and then the train can deliver it to the town. We just had one of these unloading stations outside the station. Now when we set up a new train line, make sure we hit the cargo icon and not the passenger one. Just starting to be delivered now to the platform.
Sugar rattles toward town quickly by train. What a pleasure.
And for the last mission, we just need to set this route back up and release the trains out in the wild. think we've already got a line, we just need to edit the new station. There it is, line 1. So I'm hoping, how much does this carry? 16. So it might be nearly done, maybe the next load. Looks like it might be this load, yeah, last load. And before it ends, I'd like to thank you for watching. On how well this video does, I will release number 3. We'll just see how well it does. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.
Traffic is flowing full steam ahead. The plantation business is developing magnificently. In light of all this success, the incumbent governor is thinking of moving back to his Dutch homeland in good time. Thanks to your outstanding work, you have a good chance of inheriting his post.